Hello and welcome back to the channel everyone. This video is going to be about analyzing BLS International, a company which is the second largest global player with respect to visa, passport, consular and citizen services. The company is present in 66 countries with a track record of processing 360 million plus application processes till date. The company has 46 government clients across the globe. Founded in 2005, BLS International Limited is a leading global provider of tech-enabled services for governments and citizens under its two business segments, visa and consular services and digital services. Under the visa and consular services, BLS is the second largest player globally providing government to citizen service and has built trusted partnerships with embassies and governments worldwide. With 19 plus years of industry experience, BLS has built a broad network spanning across 66 countries with global offices working for governments and diplomatic missions. Through its tech-enabled integrated business model, BLS International provides digital and physical products and services in the G2C, B2C, B2B categories at grassroots levels in India. One of leading players providing business correspondent services, e-governance services, and assisted e-services. Let me break up the services provided by the company into three segments and break it down for you to better understand the services offered by the company. The core services of the company include outsourced visa processing, verification of documents, attestation of documents, biometrics, e-visa, and the value-added services include photocopy, courier and internet facility, premium lounge, form filling, insurance, SMS alert, translation services, mobile biometrics. At BLS International, the process flow of the services are as follows. Information inquiry at the reception, submission of documents by the applicant, securing the applicant's data on secure global servers, biometric data collection, cache management, quality check consolidation of reports, transmission of data to the embassy or consulate via global servers, data processing at the embassy or consulate, retrieval and consolidation of all process applications, collection or courier of the application is opted by the applicant at the time of submission at the visa application center, and at the day end, consolidation at the application center. I just wanted to give a brief overview of the services so as to better understand the business and what are some of the key risks and challenges that you could decipher out of the business. Now let's look at some of the quantitative KPIs for the visa and consular services. Over a 3-year horizon, company's revenue has grown from 756 crore in FY22 to 1361 crore in FY24, demonstrating an impressive 34% growth in revenue. The EBITDA has grown from 110 crore in FY22 to 300 crore in FY24. The EBITDA margins too have seen a significant jump from 15% in FY22 to 22% in FY24. In FY22, company was processing 1.5 million application, which as at FY24 has increased to 2.87 million, which has seen a CAGR growth of 24%. The revenue per application stood at 1636 rupees in FY22 and as at FY24 stands at 2,146 rupees. As at FY24, the revenue mix of the business stood at 81% business for visa and consular business compared to 19% for digital business. Now let's look at some of the quantitative KPIs for the consolidated business. BLS International has a market cap of around 15 to 16,000 crore as at the date of recording, that is August 2024, with the company having a price to earning multiple of 44. The return on capital employed and the return on equity of the business currently stands at 30.6% and 31.1% respectively. The company serviced debt with an interest of 4 crore as at FY24. The operating profit margin for the company stands at 21% as at FY24 with a net profit margin of 19%. The EPS of the company has grown by 6 times since March of 2020. In the last 3 years, the revenue has compounded at 52% CAGR with the stock price compounding at a staggering 116%. The company is net debt free and has a high free cash flow business. Its visa application centers are leased and citizen service offices are developed by government and operated by BLS. Now let's look at some of the growth drivers of the company. Driven by the rapid increase in the PLF and the increasing eagerness to travel, worldwide, post easing of COVID-19 related restrictions, airlines are increasingly ordering new aircrafts to capture the growing demand. There has been a total of 8,151 number of new aircrafts ordered by the aviation companies to meet the rapidly rising demands, and between 2024 and 2030, there is an expected 12,864 number of new aircrafts that are ordered by Indian Airlines. Global air passenger traffic is to grow by 1.5 times between 2023 to 2030. There's a growing passenger traffic which will further lead to strong surge in demand of visa application and other value-added service. Growth in outsourcing of visa services worldwide to further fuel up the need for global visa processors like BLS. BLS is the preferred partner for 4 of the top 10 most traveled countries and provides its services across many geographies. Now let's look at some of the growth drivers of the company. BLS qualifies for all tenders and bids aggressively on the back of extensive industry experience and solid technological capabilities. It has an established market position in the visa service business and is the second largest international player. It has a diversification across geographies, presence in 65 countries. It has a healthy balance sheet and a net worth of 1,226 crores with zero debt and with a negative working capital. Some of the key drivers for the digital services, which includes e-government services, banking correspondent and assisted e-commerce, are as follows. Proportion of Middle India, defined as households with annual income of between 2 lakhs to 10 lakhs per annum, has been on a rise over the last decade and is expected to grow further. Technology is expected to play a pivotal role in taking the financial sector to the next level of growth. Higher smartphone penetration, 63% in FY23P from 48% in FY20, and rise in 4G penetration, with 866 million internet subscribers in Q3 of FY23 versus 743 million in FY20, have led India to shift to being a digital economy. Financial inclusion is also on a fast path in India. The 2 key initiatives launched by the government to promote financial inclusion are the Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana and Pradhan Mantri Jeevan Jyoti Bima Yojana. With a high proportion of population in the rural areas across the country, the financial institutions have less competition for banking services here compared with urban areas. Also, since the level of financial inclusion is lower, it presents a significant opportunity for these entities to penetrate these regions. Key steps taken by government to boost financial inclusion include small finance banks, microfinance institutions, payment banks, business correspondents, Aadhaar, and Digital India. The company is poised for resilient growth backed by asset-light and low-cost business model, and some of the key features of the company are as follows. Growing revenue and strong margins will provide ample room to invest into increasing the scale of operation. It is a high liquidity business, negative working capital warrants low asset investments, and a sustained around controlled costs and generate high non-fund based revenue. It has nil debt and a strong credit rating of CRISIL A positive, which will enable the company to raise debt quickly whenever needed. It has a positive cash generation, which further will help the company fuel inorganic growth opportunities by utilizing the excess cash. Now let's analyze the most recent con call notes for the company as at August of 2024. The company achieved a consolidated total income of INR 510 crores in Q1 FY25, a growth of 31% year-on-year. It delivered profit after tax of INR 120.8 crore, reflecting a remarkable 70% year-on-year growth. Revenue from operation from Q1 FY25 was INR 492.7 crore, which was up 29% from INR 384 crores in Q1 of FY24. The EBITDA surged 66% to INR 133.2 crore with an EBITDA margin improvement to 27% from 21% year-on-year. Visa and consular service revenue grew by 36% to INR 414.1 crore, with EBITDA increasing by 71% to INR 121.3 crore. The company processed 850,000 visa applications in Q1 of FY25, an 18% increase from the previous year. Digital services revenue remains stable at INR 78.5 crore, with EBITDA growing by 31% to 12 crores. Some of the strategic initiatives taken by the company are as follows. It completed 100% acquisition of iData, a Turkey-based visa and consular service player, for INR 720 crores. Integration expected to enhance presence in European markets. Signed a definitive share purchase agreement to acquire a 55% controlling stake in Ada Fidelis loan solution. The company is focusing on transitioning from partner-run centers to self-managed centers, contributing to margin expansion. The company achieved an EBITDA margin of 29%, up 600 basis points from 23%. management sees potential for further margin growth. The company is anticipating significant boost in international tourism and visa application demand due to rising air capacity and travel facilitating measures. The management has expressed confidence in sustaining growth momentum and generating long-term value for stakeholders through strategic growth initiatives and acquisitions. While the management is optimistic about future growth, they acknowledge potential short-term impacts from geopolitical tensions in certain regions, although they do not foresee significant annual effects. In terms of future plans, the company acquired IDET acquisition and is looking for further opportunities in both organic and inorganic channels because of the large cash chest that it has. That's it from my side. Hope you have a wonderful rest of the day. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and that would help and motivate me to keep putting content out for you. Thank you and goodbye.